Greetings, fellow gamers. Gid here, signing in with a special update. They released earlier today the patch notes for 1.6.2, and I am so excited. This is pretty awesome. So I want to go over the patch notes before the release, which is Wednesday the 12th, tomorrow at some point. Could be early, could be late. I want to go over these patch notes this evening, and everyone's been weighing in on it, whether it's on the forums, Discord, Reddit, what have you. So I'm going to do what I do and weigh in on my video. This is probably the first time I've ever separated going over patch notes from the actual action play type videos. So a little different for me, but still worth talking about. 100% worth talking about. Super excited, and it needs to be discussed. So let's look into this a little closer. All right, so overview. Oh my goodness, this is probably the best part, hands down. Jack Skellington and Sally from Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas have been added to the game. It looks like Blue has actually listened to the community and responded. A lot of people have always talked about this. I know I featured this in my Halloween video a little ways back, you may recall, where I kind of posted some stuff that some other players had created based off theorizing some Nightmare Before Christmas characters, and how cool would that have been had they done it at Halloween, or even if it showed up by Christmas time, and it is. That's so great. And of course down it also says, let it snow, winter is here in Disney's Heroes Battle Mode, which another thing I was critical about in my Halloween video was the lack of holiday skinning as far as, you know, the city being done up for Halloween. So I'm really hoping that this interprets to the city's, city's going to be covered in snow in the game. I think it's a much needed touch, and it's little things like that that are really nice. So let's go over the characters and see what else is going on in this update. Let's go over these new heroes. Jack Skellington, so awesome. I'm so glad they're in the game. He's in the game, Sally's in the game. Eureka, this year Christmas will be ours. It's like a Jack voice. Probably not, I haven't seen a video or that movie in a while. He's a backline control hero. Just what we need, another control hero. And I love control, so he's probably gonna be, I gotta look at this kit, it's gonna be amazing. Already liking it, loving it, whatever. Master of Fright, passive. Jack sets his pumpkins aflame, making his basic attacks do fantastic damage while dealing additional damage over time. Sounds great to me. And it also doubles as an active. Jack twists his face into a horrible sight, scaring enemies and stunning them. So a scare that stuns as an active. Great. That's double duty. That's so cool. What's this? Jack throws a present in front of himself, and a maniacal toy duck emerges, scaring nearby enemies. The duck then travels across the screen and damages all enemies in a line. So I wonder if a disc for him might involve doing something with his duck, augmenting it, have it do some type of control ability. In addition, just looks like damage right now. Line damage, hopefully it's either a big duck or it's a generous line, because, I don't know, the enemies tend to get spread out a fair bit, so you'd want it to be useful, I think. Let's see here, Jack-o'-lantern. Jack engulfs himself in flames, causing his basic attacks to splash, damaging multiple enemies. Okay, cool. And Trick or Treats, that looks so good. Jack's allies heal whenever they damage a scared enemy. So this to me looks like scared teams are going to be going to a whole new level. Just thinking about the crazy combinations with this, you can see like Mike, Hades, Jack. I think there's really potential for some awesome stuff here. Even Sully back in there. Like, scare teams, I think there's going to be a scare team, 2.0, 3.0, something like that. This is going to be great. I can't wait to try this guy out. It's going to be This is going to be a good hero, for sure. I'm really, really digging it, really digging the vibe. Yeah, he's going to be good. Good for control. Next, we have Sally. This is great. Glad these two are in it. Timeless pairing. You know, there's no Oogie Boogie, there's no Shock Lock Barrow, but yeah, this is still great. These two are probably going to have awesome friendship discs, and I'm very curious to see what the friendship discs for other heroes are going to be like with these two. So what's wrong? I thought you liked Frog's Breath. Sally is a frontline tank hero. That's super cool for a couple reasons. And oddly enough, or maybe it was all perfectly planned out, one of my viewers in a recent video was talking about how there is a lack of female representation in the tank line, and that's something that's been talked about by players. And this is an answer to that question, or why is there none? Now you got it. So you have Sally the zombie as your frontline tank hero. So first female tank, and I think this is a great choice. Really excited to check out this kit. Let's see what she has. So Deadly Nightshade, we're all familiar with that icon. Passive, Sally's basic attacks apply a stack of poison. Each stack of poison deals damage over time before it is removed. Zombie poison dot, that's classic. I'm really digging that. Active, so another one that doubles up. I like these double ups, this is interesting. Sally consumes all stacks of poison, dealing additional damage per stack of poison to poisoned enemies. So that's kind of like, I'm reading that as a reverse Miguel. So, you know, Miguel puts his notes out everywhere and then does the active and, you know, I think gives his teammates energy and stuns the enemies. So this is a poison bomb. So she's stacking poison on all the enemies and then pops the active and blasts them for a major poison explosion. I really hope this plays as good as it sounds, because this seems brutally offensive. Like, this is going to be powerful for sure. Frog's Breath. Sally throws a flask at the furthest enemy, dealing damage and applying stacks of poison to all enemies in the area. Really getting that damage spread out. I could see potentially a disc for her would be making this target the closest hero or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised. Something in the Wind. When Sally reaches 0 hit points, she releases a toxic cloud and revives. The toxic cloud remains in battle for a time, applying a stack of poison every few seconds to every enemy within range. So the third revival hero, obviously there's Judy and Hades, and now her. So this is becoming quite the theme. We went from 1 to 3. And again, applying stacks of poison, that's definitely her thing. And stronger than she seems, Sally gains extra max hit points, so Mr. Incredible Hale and Hardy style ability, which I know people are probably going to say that's kind of like an excuse for a lack of kit, and they just throw that in there. You know what? It is what it is, though. If that's the fourth ability for the kit is the hit point boost, then that's what it is. And for a zombie, that makes sense. Plus, it sounds like she has a ton of damage potential with this poison. I can see this tank really being in the forefront of a new type of AoE damage team that just kind of goes to take everyone out at once. That would be super awesome. I remember back, there was a time there when you'd have these Eve teams that would, you know, she'd fire her lightning blast off there and take out, like, you know, 4 heroes at once. And that was the thing. So I could see this, like, this sounds pretty brutal. I don't think poison counts as a disable. That would have just been too ridiculous. However, yeah, this is looking so good. I can't wait. So there may be a change in my audio quality. My other mic crapped out on me and I had to switch over. So for better or for worse, this is what I got going forward until I can replace that one. So let's move on. New content and hero locations. Heroes will not appear in shops until they refresh. So just keep that in mind with the evening refresh. Depending on when the update is, don't know if it's going to be early in the morning. It could be any time between midnight and late in the evening on December 12th. But either way, make sure that if there's heroes or something that you wanted before the refresh happens at 9 p.m. or before you refresh it yourself, grab those chips before that happens. Alternatively to that, if you do refresh Coliseum, that's when you'll see Sally. So if you do the update and you're still seeing the old heroes, that's why. So just remember to do the refresh. So Server 1, your new heroes with Jack Skellington and Sally, so awesome. Diamond Crate and Coliseum Shop. Your existing heroes are being moved around, and I will link this particular forum post in the description of the video for those of you who haven't read it in detail. I'm not going to talk about each of these individually. So Server 2 to 8, team level cap is increased from 90 to 95, and heroes can now be promoted to Orange +1. Well, we all knew this day was coming, and it is always sooner than later. And yes, the timing does suck because it's middle of December, it's holiday time, people got presents to buy, and there's people who don't care because they either are free to play and they don't worry about, deals and spending money on this type of thing, or they're so prepared with resources or don't mind spending the money. And then there's those in between who are going to be struggling with, do I buy Christmas presents for friends and family, or do I upgrade my Disney Heroes Battle Mode account so I'm ready for all these sweet deals? Go with the presents. I mean, yeah, the time of year isn't the best, but you know what? Maybe there's some Google Play gift cards or iTunes gift cards in your future coming up that may give you a bit of cash flow to actually jump on some of these awesome deals that are going to be coming up that you won't be able to resist. So yeah, timing isn't great, and I know other players have been saying that, well, so much for slowing these updates. And I don't have the link, but I'm pretty sure the community managers had said, based off feedback from the last go-around, mostly over the whole 6-star thing, that they were looking at slowing these cap raises and badge rank increases going into the new year, so after the December updates. Don't quote me, but that's what I believe I read, and I think that's what they were going to do, so we'll see how that actually plays out. So for us, Jack Skellington, Diamond Crate, Sally, Coliseum as well. Existing heroes are moved around. We get Chapter 13, the bottom line, and that will feature in the Elite campaign Baymax, Nick, Maleficent, Emperor Zurg, Judy Hopps, Hades, and Ralph. Very detailed and good to know. And speaking of detailed and good to know, one thing they had mentioned was they were going to start trying to give more notice with these updates, and it's a day pretty much, and they've given us patch notes for 1.6.2, which is great. It's good. It gives people a head start to wrap their head around it. And yeah, I think that's kind of working in the right direction, giving us information sooner. So 9 to 12, you're welcome to the 90s, and Orange 0. And you're also getting Jack and Sally in the Diamond Crate and the Coliseum Shop. You have some heroes moving around. You get Chapter 12. Server 13, 75 to 80, Purple 3. And your new hero is Genie. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any Jack and Sally for you all. That's terrible, but I'm assuming that's just simply how the schedule rollout works, and hopefully they're not too far behind. You guys got other things to worry about if you're working on level 80 now anyways, so, but at least I'm pretty sure the snow will be there. Hopefully they do something fun event-wise, and it's not a total loss, because, I don't know, those new 2 heroes are definitely really awesome. But they're on the way. Your existing heroes are moving around. Chapter 10. Server 14, you all finally get Guild Wars. Enjoy that. And you'll also get Barbossa and Flynn. And some existing heroes are moving around. And so the improvements that they're listing, the main screen now features snow, snow, snow. And that was something that I had talked about in my Halloween video as well. And I'm sure other players have mentioned it, but this game has seriously been lacking in their holiday aesthetics for events and such. Halloween was super lackluster. I'm hoping what this means is when you load into the game, the city itself is covered in snow and looks cool. And this isn't just like the login screen or something. And it's just little things like that that are nice, really add to these whole kind of events and the whole theme. And like a lot of the other main mobile games out there that people play, they go all out for the holiday season stuff. And it's pretty much expected. So if they've added snow, I'm super cool with that. Ha. The red dot on the main screen events button now disappears when it should. Woo! I'm not 100% sure what that's referring to. I would have been more interested to see something. The ads will not pop up as often as they have been. That's what I probably would prefer. And I hope that's coming soon, because that is a little annoying for sure. And additional resources for Server 13 to improve performance. And please note some of the existing offers may expire early due to 1.6.2. So if you are deal hunting and something does pop up that you're interested in, like 100 diamond crates for $20, which I wasn't offered that one, but looks like quite a few people were. Anyway, if you see something and you're interested in it, just either get it and don't worry about it. Don't hum and haw, because after 1.6.2 it may not be there. But you know what? There's always more deals on the way, and there's probably going to be better deals on the way too. So overall, I am pretty pumped about this update. There's good, mostly good with the releases and the stuff they're talking about. It looks like Purblue has listened to community and has taken appropriate steps in the right direction. Negative, the timing sucks. It's the middle of December, and the players that are kind of on the fence in between mode with how much they pay to augment their play, or however you want to look at it, creates a bit of dilemma. I know other players have said, well, if they do this December update or the update comes up soon, I'm going to quit. And that's just the nature of the game now. I'm hoping people try it out, play it out, and just kind of realize it is what it is. And come on, because it's Nightmare Before Christmas and those heroes are awesome. And yeah, I'm really hoping going forward that they do slow the updates, because the number of people who end up waiting for an update are far fewer than those people who are always trying to catch up to the next update. So I think a little change on that front will be a lot of good. Anyway, great looking update. Can't wait to try this out. Can't wait to get these heroes. I have 98, maybe I'll have more by the time it actually happens tomorrow. Diamond crates ready to go. So a hero I don't have has got to be in there somewhere, right? I totally hope so. And that will do it for this episode. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Looking forward to checking out this update. I got more videos on the way. Thanks so much for watching, and keep on gaming.